All right, good morning. This video is for our warm-up on Wednesday, January the 9th already. I am going to ignore some of the color formatting and things like that just for out of the interest of time. So I'm just going to throw in some percentages that we need. And I'll just put those in. All right, so I'm going to leave those percentages as decimals because there really is no need, other than a formatting point of view, to make it look a certain way. And now I'm going to go and start typing in what I would deem to be like the column headings. It's hours, gross pay, EI, income tax, CPP, total deductions. Spelling mistake there, but out of the interest of time. So there we go. Okay, and I'm 1, 2. Actually, I'll just fill down on 1, 2, all the way down to 10, I guess. And I guess we got 36 in here as our first hour. So I'm not going to do anything else in terms of formatting, just out of the interest of time. So I know some of you went and did things like name this cell. So I'll call this hourly rate. And I suggested to you that it makes sense probably to make your table first. So I'm going to suggest I make my table here. Actually, I'll go here. Just by the way, I think Control-T is the shortcut if you care. First row is my table headers, so I'll have that option selected. And there we go. And my gross pay is going to be the number of hours times this thing called hourly rate. And then my income tax, I think my income tax rate should be up here, 0.23. So I'll just call that income tax rate. So my income tax is going to be my gross pay times my income tax rate. And my EI is here, so I'll name this my EI rate. So my EI amount will be my gross pay times my EI rate. So my real challenge is the CPP. So I know my CPP is based on how many hours I work. I think the actual CPP calculation might actually be calculated like this. Or I think maybe it's up to a maximum number of dollars that you make in a year. Anyway, kind of a side note, equals if. I'm in two different situations, and it's based on what happens if my hours are less than 30 or whatever. So if I'm going to pick hours, and if it's less than 30, then my CPP amount will be that rate, which I did not name, which I probably should, but out of interest time, I'm just going to leave it there. And that's going to be the rate applied to the gross pay. Comma, if it's not less than 30, then it's that rate times my gross pay. Okay, open that up a bit. My total deductions will be, I think, basically the sum of, I can do this a variety of different ways. I guess I can do EI plus income tax plus CPP. Yep. And then my net pay is just my gross pay, subtract my deductions, I think. Hey, something worked out well. And then if everything works here, I think I should be able to just type in all my other hours. Anywhere in the table, the design tab is going to come up, and I'm going to choose total row. It's going to give me my totals, What's here? What's wrong here? Oh, yep. My mistake. Yes. Because I didn't do absolute references here. That's going to be an issue. It'll be in my CPP. Thank you. That should be here, and it should be here. Oh, great students. Awesome. So now if I hit 27, everything should fly? No. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm going to pause. 33, 32, 29, 45, 28, 29, 32, 41. I don't know why that's... I'll just do it again. Gross pay, subtract, total deductions. I don't know. Whatever. Total row. Okay, so there we go. And I think all of these are just a bunch of sums, right? Sum. Can I fill over? Okay, that would be the obvious thing. So yeah, obviously it works. Awesome. Okay, so then I'm just going to go and I think in C20-ish, that's going to be my, so what are these? This is my min, my max, and my average, I think. And it's going to go for gross, EI, income tax, CPP, and net pay. So I should be able to do min, that's going to be the min of gross pay. Now notice it references table 1 because if there was another table with gross pay as a column name, it wouldn't know which table to refer to. So that's why it has to be explicit and say table 1. Now, having said that, I haven't even renamed my table yet. I can do that later. I should be able to copy over. Does that work? Oh, beautiful. Max. So that should be the max of gross pay. And this should be the average of gross pay. And then I should be able to take this stuff and just, it's intelligent enough to know that we're good to go. Yeah, I'm going to go up here and I'll just change my table name. I think it should be called what? Paychecks or something? Paychecks. Which I probably should have TBL paychecks because if you go later on, if you had a whole bunch of tables and you had a whole bunch of charts, pivot tables and regular tables and charts and pivot charts, it's nice to know that paychecks is a table. It's not a pivot table. That's why it might be a good idea to prefix it with something like TBL. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a moment because I think there was a comment. So in H26, we need to add up the totals for people who worked less than 30 hours. So that's a sum, but it's a conditional sum. So it's a sum if. I'll just bring us back here. My range, I want to check hours. And I want to check to see if it's less than 30. And if it is, I want to sum up net pay. Oh. And if it is, I want to sum up net pay. Done. And I go here and I do sum if. Again, my criteria range is hours. It's got to be greater than or equal to 30. And my sum range will be net pay. And I think we're done. Stop and take questions.